It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. Just kidding. Um, so I have not posted a video in forever. I am so sorry. Things have been crazy, and YouTube is just not a priority for me. Hold on, I'm gonna pick out a necklace. Yeah, YouTube is just not a huge priority. I mean, I am busy surviving with mental illness, so I'm kind of trying to just, survive every day. So, I'm gonna put on this necklace. But I hope everybody's doing well. Look at this new shirt I just got in Target. I thought it was so cute. I think it says "Get Rowdy." Skeletons roping. That was so cute. Okay, let me figure out my necklace here. Andrew got me this necklace for Valentine's Day, I think. And I like it. It's very simple. Anyways, I was just gonna get on here and talk about life. First of all, I gotta show you guys my cute Halloween deck. Look how cute. Here's Jesus. Let's see. I don't think I have a ton of. Got some new fall decorations though. Fall. Got some cute. Look at that cute little ghost. He lights up all different colors. And then got my Halloween stuff up there. Over here. A little bit right there. Sorry if it's not great lighting. Got my witch. Oh, I love this picture. Look how pretty that is. Got that from someone on Marketplace, and I just bought the frame for it. Got some Halloween stuff over here, or fall stuff. Look at this cute picture. I got that at a local, like boutique they do here. And then I have a few things downstairs, but we won't worry about that. Anyway, just wanted to talk about life. I'm gonna just set this up right here. Okay, stay. Back up so you can see me. So it is fall break right now. And we've just been relaxing, doing whatever we want to do. And honestly, those are my favorite days. Like, I feel like everybody takes, like, on school breaks and stuff like that, goes on all these trips and stuff like that. And I'm like, I just want to stay home and do nothing. Like, do whatever it is we want to do. And it's been so relaxing. I'm like, man, if I could just live my life like this, like, just literally, I mean, I've been cleaning and getting stuff done. It's not like I've just literally been doing nothing. I've been getting stuff done around the house and stuff, but it's just been so relaxing. I'm like, if I could just live life and not have to work and just take care of my kids and just, that's it. Because I work, like, I nanny. And it's not, like, I really do like nannying. It's a good job. I really do love it. But, yeah, I'm like, man, I think we'd all just love life if we just didn't ever have to work or leave our homes. I mean, I even like we've been going shopping and stuff like that. It's like, I like getting out and doing stuff, but just not having anywhere we have to be or anything we have to do is just like so much freedom. I'm like, man, I think that's how we all just wish we could live our lives. Like, it's our dream is just to all, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm speaking for all the mentally ill people in the world. It's just to not have to do certain things, because, man, my OCD has just been so bad the last 5 years, like out of control bad. Like I have a hard time managing life. And I get up every day and I get the things done that I need to, but lately I feel like I've been kind of apathetic, and I think just because I feel like a hamster that's running on a wheel that's going nowhere. Like I'm just fighting my brain so much every day to just be normal that it's like I'm exhausted. And for me, OCD manifests in words just getting stuck in my mind and me feeling like I have to think those words all day, every day. Like it never lets up, it never stops. And it can be any random word that my kids say, that my husband says. It can be 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. And my brain will just tell me, this is going to stick in your head, Jenica, and you're not going to be able to think about anything else. And then it's like, and it like sticks. And literally it feels like I have to think about it all day, every day. And it's like logic doesn't work with it. Like I can sit there and be like, you do not have to think about these random words. Like they're just random words. Why do you feel like you have to think about this? And there's no logic with OCD. It's like you could literally just sit there and talk to yourself till you're blue in the face and say, this doesn't matter. Stop. Your brain is making you think that this is important and it's not. But still, it's like you get that anxiety in your body. Like you literally feel like you're going to die if you don't do a compulsion, whatever the compulsion that your brain is telling you to do. And that's one misconception about OCD is people think that it's like washing your hands or cleaning excessively, or it can manifest itself in so many different ways. Like for me, I have pure OCD, so it's all in my head. I'm not like actually doing outward compulsions, so nobody would know that I have OCD, but like I can be having a conversation with somebody and they can be talking to me and I'll have no idea what they're saying because I'm too busy repeating thoughts in my head because my brain is telling me to do that, or else all these bad things are going to happen. So I am going back to therapy. I found the best therapist ever. She is so awesome. I really like her so much. Her name is Kelly, and she's through NoCD. And it's hard because therapy is so triggering for me, because that's kind of what my OCD revolves around, is being present. I have this huge fear in life of not being able to be present, making bad decisions for my kids, not being able to get pregnant because I can't stop thinking about the same things, and I can't get help for my infertility issues. Like it's crazy. And it's like the reason I have infertility issues is because of my brain. Like my brain makes it so that I am so in such a fight or flight all the time. Like I didn't have a hard time getting pregnant with our other 3 kids because my OCD was managed. But for some reason, the last few years, it has just been horrendous. And I've even gotten a lot of therapy for it, but I still struggle so much. And I think that's where I am starting to realize, like, I probably need medication. I've always been against getting on medication because it just seems like it doesn't really fix the issue, and I don't want it to just make me tired all day and not really fix it. But I'm realizing, like, okay, why am I still struggling so much with my thoughts? What is it that other people are doing that I'm not doing? I've done therapy. I'm doing the things. It's like, okay, well, everybody else that I know is on medication. So I think that it may be the missing piece, but I don't know. I'm just nervous because it's like, I don't know. What are the long-term effects of this? Is it going to make it hard to get pregnant? I mean, it's already hard to get pregnant right now because my brain freaking sucks, and I can't ever calm down. Like I am anxious from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. Like literally yesterday, I felt like I was having a brain aneurysm because I was just fighting my thoughts so hard just to try to do the things that I needed to do. Like to think clearly. It's like I feel like my brain just doesn't work properly. It's like it gets stuck, and that's how OCD is. It's literally something in your brain that is malfunctioning, that it's like this thing, it's like a wire that isn't connecting. And so people with OCD basically don't know how to stop doing whatever it is that their brain is telling them to do. So for me, it's thinking the same thought over and over. I can think it 1,000,000 times a day and it's not enough. It's never, ever good enough for the OCD. So it's just this cycle of think the thought, feel 1 second of relief, and then my brain tells me, think it again. Think it again, or these bad things are going to happen. A second of relief, think it again. It's just this cycle. And for some people, it's checking the stove. For some people, it's whatever, checking this, washing their hands, doing this. It's the point is your brain basically makes up some stupid thing that you have to do, any random thing. And it will basically tell you these bad things will happen if you don't do this. So you do it. So with therapy, they basically expose you to your fears and make you realize, look, this bad thing is not going to happen. You didn't do this compulsion. The bad thing is not going to happen. Therefore, you don't need to do it anymore. But for some reason, I still struggle so much. And maybe because I truly haven't done ERP like I should. So anyways, I'm back in therapy. But it's hard because therapy is so triggering for me. Like, I literally will not sleep the night before I have therapy. Like, I get so anxious. I feel like I can't breathe. I'm like sweating, and I just do it online. I don't even see my therapist in person, but it's this fear of, what if I can't stop thinking about what my brain is telling me to think about and I make a fool of myself, or I don't pick up on the session? Like, therapy is not cheap. And so I'm like, what if I waste our money? What if I waste my family's money? Like, it's expensive. What if I, can't stop thinking about this thing and I don't pick up on anything that my therapist is saying and I just waste my family's money? There's like all these fears around therapy. So it's hard because in order to get help, I have to just be extremely anxious, and it makes me just want to cancel my therapy sessions. But then I'm like, but it's helping me get better, but it's also scaring the shit out of me, but it's helping me get better. So I'm like, I just have to do it. But I will tell you, living with OCD is truly a nightmare. And people just have no idea how debilitating it is. The World Health Organization lists it as one of the top 7 biggest disabilities of all time, of all the disabilities. And I know that's true because I live with it. But the frustrating thing is people have no idea. I literally do not feel like I could work if I wanted to. Because I don't know how I would go to a job and be able to focus on doing all these things when my brain is like, Jenica, think these thoughts over and over. Think them, or these bad things are going to happen. And hopefully I can overcome that. But I'm like, I truly do not feel like I could work if I wanted to. Like, it is completely a disability. I do not feel like I can go to a doctor's appointment to get help for anything. Like, I literally do this thing where I black out going to the doctor. Like, I am so focused on what my brain is telling me to do that I don't hear what the doctor's saying. So I legitimately have to record it or have someone there with me that can tell me this stuff later, because it's like, and it didn't used to be this way. It's just this new theme that I've had the last few years that is like, it's the hardest theme I've ever had. Like, I've switched, and that's the thing with OCD is you can switch themes. You can go from washing your hands to being afraid you are gonna kill your child or whatever. Like, it's insane. Your brain just comes up with the craziest stuff and makes your body actually panic. That's the scary thing, is it makes your body actually panic and freak out and tell you, if you don't do this, this will happen. So anyways, but yeah, I may look into getting on medication, because I have not taken any medication for OCD, and maybe that's the missing piece. But As far as church stuff goes, I went back to church maybe once or twice, and then I haven't been back since. And I thought I believed it, and I thought I was getting a testimony again, and I thought I could do it, and then I don't know. I just don't really care anymore. It's interesting, but I don't really want to anymore. I still pray. I still believe in God. I still believe in Jesus. I still believe there's life after this, but I don't want to do LDS church anymore. There's too much that I struggle with, and it's overwhelming to me, everything that's asked of me, and I have a hard time wearing garments. I don't have as hard of a time in the winter, but like during the summer, I'm like, I can't even wear like a normal pair of shorts. Like, I'm not wearing like, I don't want to wear like Daisy Dukes. I'm not dressing like crazy, but I like just a normal pair of shorts where I'm comfortable and not dying of heat. And it's like, I can't even really wear that. And then there's so much guilt, like, well, maybe because I'm not wearing my garments, maybe that's why I'm not getting pregnant. Maybe God won't bless me. Maybe it's just like so exhausting feeling like you have to live up to all these things in order for God to love you or bless you or help you. And I'm just like, why can't God help me when I'm just wearing my normal underwear? Like, I just don't feel like, in a way, that's how it should be. I don't feel like, there's just too much that doesn't make sense to me. I have a hard time with how stingy I feel like the church is when they have billions of dollars, but yet they're so stingy with their money. They ask us to clean the church. They ask us to drive our cars when we are doing activities. Like if we're in Young Women's or whatever, they don't provide like vehicles to go on trips. You have to bring your own car. Like there's just so many. You have to pay for your own mission when you're giving up 2 years of your life, and you have to pay your own way. It's like, there's so many things that I'm just like, I don't agree with that. Like, why is the LDS church so stingy when they have billions of dollars? So to be honest, I don't pay tithing anymore because I need that money for medical expenses. I need it for therapy. I need it for physical therapy. My husband still pays tithing, and he's the one that makes the most money, so. But I'm just like, I don't feel like the church needs my money, and I still try to give. Like whenever I see a homeless person, I pull out my money and try to give it to them. Like, but I want to live my life the best way that I can to be Christ-like, and I don't really want to do it the way that church tells me to, because I don't always feel like they get it right. And I feel more compassion in a way and more love for people in a way being outside of it and giving to homeless people, when before it would be like, oh, I pay my tithing, I'm not going to give to them. And it's like, I never knew where that money was going. I didn't actually see where my money was going. Like, it's probably selfish of me, but I personally want to give money and see directly where it's going and be able to help people directly, not just give to this organization that gets credit for taking everyone's money and even though they only give some of it and then the rest they're using for other things. I don't know. Like I said, I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. I do believe there's life after this. Maybe the LDS church has it right, and I think there's a strong possibility they do. But I kind of just don't care anymore. I'm just trying to survive every day. I'm trying to do my job as a nanny, take care of my kids, clean, cook, I don't have the energy to try to figure out if the church is true anymore, or to go to church, or like, it's exhausting and I don't want to be there. Like, thinking about having to go back, I'm like, no thanks. I just don't want to. It's another stress for me. It's overwhelming. There's too many rules. There's too many. It like almost makes me cry thinking about it. That it's just too much, you know? And it's like, some of us are literally just trying to survive. And I can't believe in a loving God that is so, has stipulations for me being able to get my prayers answered. Because I legitimately feel like if I don't wear my garments, God won't be there for me. He won't answer my prayers. He won't bless me with a baby. And it's like, that's kind of messed up. You know, instead of like it just being like a biological issue, like I am stressed the heck out. That's truly why I feel like I can't get pregnant. Instead, it becomes this like, I am not wearing my garments, I am not paying my tithing. That might be why God isn't blessing me with a baby. And it's just like, I just don't want to believe in a God that has conditional love. I want to believe in a God that has unconditional love. And the God of the LDS Church has conditional love. And I don't like that. So I choose not to participate in it anymore. There's just too much that doesn't make sense, that feels like they've lied to us in a way. And I just don't know what to believe anymore. And there's been too many times where my prayers have not been answered. And to be honest, sometimes I struggle even believing in God in general. Because there's been so many times my prayers have not been answered. There's been multiple where I feel like they have been. But many where they haven't. And so, I don't know, to be honest, it's like I pray and I try to believe, but I just don't care that much anymore. I don't care to figure it out. I don't really want to participate anymore, but I still want to try to be a good person. And I feel like that's one of the best things we can do, is love one another. It's literally a commandment. And so that's just what I want to focus on. It's just trying to be a good person, trying to do the things I need to do in life, because that's already overwhelming for me. And yeah, try to be a good person. But yeah, it's really hard living in Utah and being a Mormon when everything is about how many kids you can have. And it's like, outside of Utah, I'm a normal person. Like 3 kids outside of Utah is normal. Here, it just feels like I'm never good enough. It just feels like, oh, you only have 3 kids. Oh, and it's not like anybody says this to me. It's just the way that I feel. And it's so stupid because I don't have control of it. And I think it's also just an insecurity for me because I wanted 7 kids. Like, I wanted a big family more than anything. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about a career. I didn't care about anything else. Like, I wanted 4 girls and 3 boys, and I just so badly wanted a big family. And not even because I was LDS, it was just, that's just what I wanted. And so to feel like I can't achieve that because of my mental illness and because of the car accident I was in many years ago that somebody else caused, you know, I think that has also affected my health because, you know, for a long time I couldn't exercise, which in turn I felt like shit, so I ate like shit, and, you know, I think that also affected my ability to get pregnant. So yeah, anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought, but yeah, it's hard living here. It's hard living in a place that's just so competitive. Like, there is something about Utah and Mormons that it's like all about how many kids you can have and how good you can look at. Like, it's almost like there's this weird unspoken competition here, like, who can have the most kids and look like they didn't? And it's just like, that's so fucking dumb. Like, who the hell cares? Like, I have wrinkles. I'm getting wrinkles in my head. I have wrinkles over here. I'm not going to go get Botox. Like, I don't care. If you do, whatever. But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like women here are so obsessed with looking young forever and having all these kids, but never looking like they had kids. And I don't know. I'm just like, ugh. There's part of me that just wants to move to the mountains and be away from everybody. Live by a bunch of old people or something. I don't even like hanging out with people my age because I'm just like, ugh. I want to go hang out with like old people or animals. Anyways, so that's what's been going on. Purely survival mode over here. But yeah, it's interesting how I'm just starting to not care as much about the church, like, or just about trying to figure it out. It's like, I just don't care anymore. Because it's like, I just feel like God has given me more than I can handle. And it's like where much is given, much is required. Where little is given, little should be required. So I'm just like, God can judge me one day however he wants, but I'm doing what I feel works for me. And I have no desire to drink. I have no desire to, like, I don't know. People assume that when people leave the church, they're just going to go crazy. And it's like, I don't want to do that. Like, I have no desire to do any of that. It's too much for me. It's too overwhelming. I don't know if I believe in this God that has a laundry list of stuff you do to get in heaven. And then there's 3 tiers of heaven and only the people, it just seems so like works based. Like only the top people that do the best of the best get to this kingdom. And then the people that did a little bit less get to this kingdom. And then the other people get to this kingdom. And it's just like, is God really that judgmental? Or does he just care that we try to be good people and do what's right and love him and love each other and then we get to heaven? Like I don't know. But that seems, the LDS church is just overwhelming. It's too much. It's too much as expected. And I just don't know if that's who God really is. So I don't want to participate in it anymore. I don't want to give my money to that anymore. And I still think it's good. I still think it does a lot of good. I still think it teaches good values. I think the gospel is probably true. But I don't know if somewhere along the line they got it wrong. But I don't know. But I'm okay not knowing. So that's where I'm at. And I don't know if I will ever go back. I mean, I'm okay attending a sacrament meeting here and there. Like, I would be totally fine with that. But there's part of me that's just like, even that I don't really care to do. Because sacrament meetings sometimes are triggering just with people's testimonies. Like, I've heard testimony, like if we're just literally going and learning about Jesus, I'm totally fine with that. But the thing is, in the LDS church, they get people to speak who are not talking about Jesus half the time. They're like telling their life stories or talking about how much they love their spouse. I've literally heard that so many times. Oh, I love my wife, or I love my husband so much. And I'm like, snooze, don't care. Like, tell your spouse that. The whole congregation doesn't need to hear it. Like, I'm here to learn about Jesus. I don't care how much you love your spouse. Don't care. Or like, I've heard people before talking about infertility and saying like, oh, we really wanted a baby in the spring and it took us, and then we didn't get pregnant until the fall, or blah, blah, blah. And Andrew and I have literally looked at each other like, seriously, that's not infertility. Like, wanting to get pregnant in the spring and getting pregnant in the fall is not infertility. Like, when you start not being able to get pregnant for multiple years, then you can complain. Like, I mean, sure, obviously they can complain and they can, but that's not infertility. Like, if you've been trying up to even a year, it's not infertility. That is normal. When you try for 2, 3, 4, 5 years for us, that's infertility. So I just sit there part of the time and like roll my eyes and feel like, yeah, people don't get it. Like, I feel more alone sometimes sitting there listening to people's like life struggles when I'm like, gosh, I would like pay to have that be like, oh my gosh, like I want to get pregnant in the spring and I got pregnant in the fall. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Like, I wish that was my struggle. Sorry, I probably feel like I'm being an a-hole, but that's just how it feels sometimes. It's like that is your struggles in life. Like, I'm literally trying not to kill myself every day because my brain is working against me. And I'm just trying to keep myself alive. Like, I don't know. So it's like, if it was just about Jesus and learning about the gospel and stuff like that, then, you know, I would maybe consider going, but I don't want to go hear people talk about how much they love their spouse or how great their life is, or bear their testimony about whatever that's not related to Jesus or the gospel. So anyway, I gotta end this video because it's getting long, but that's what's going on here. I'm always gonna keep it real. If you have anything bad to say, just keep it to yourself and don't post it on here or I'm gonna delete it. So, not gonna put up with any bullshit. Anyway, so if you want to contact me, feel free. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, just under my name, Jenica Black. But yeah, I have started to allow comments, but just think before you comment. If it's anything rude, just don't say it because it's just gonna get deleted anyways. So, all right, well, we'll talk to you guys later.